Well, I mean, it's Mexico, so they're Mexicans. And, you know, they're typical Mexicans. Mexico is epic. Just the place in itself is really cool. It's a really fun place to go to. Just not only the waves, but the town there, just the food, the culture. Everyone's super cool, really laid back, and it's really hot there. So, you know, middle of the day, everyone kind of just chills out, gets in the shade, and just one of those places really memorable. I'm definitely going back there.
Smoking right that kind of bounced off this pile of rocks and was just a perfect sandbar down the line barrel. It reminded me a lot of snapper or Kira, but in a way, you know, it was almost better than snapper and Kira.
The contest was sick, man. Really good for the, you know, Mexican surfers, the Mexican Federation, all the surfers. It's good for our surfing. It's good for everybody surfing. It's just really good, you know, for surfing in general. It's the best probably tubes I've seen in the contest.
And I wasn't really expecting much from the spot. I heard a lot about it, but sometimes you just can't really believe the hype.
Así te llevo a rola la ola.
The waves are incredible. I mean, by far, this is one of the best surf I've probably ever surfed. I mean, I've surfed waves pretty similar to it, but still there was that much more perfection there. I mean, like, you know, you surf backdoor and it's perfect barrels, but they're there, you don't have the wall running. Or you surf a place in my house, just barrels running with a wall, but didn't have like a barrel like that, you know what I mean? That was some of the best stuff I've ever surfed.
We kind of knew there was gonna be swell. You know, you'd see it down the coast as you're driving down there, and when you come over the hill and you just see the point, you're just like, oh, here we go again. Like, it was just like deja vu. Every day the swell was just up. You know, there's like 6 days of swell in a row, and every day was just pumping. Every time you come over that point, you just see a guy on a wave just sitting in the barrel, just, you know, really good waves. It was sick.
I keep on looking for that something. I keep on looking for that someone. I keep on looking for the world in my mind that I never find. And you know something? You know you can't own this world, child. You just gotta try. I keep on looking for that something. I keep on looking for that someone.
had about 25 stitches in my hand and had to make the decision whether to go or not. So I ended up going, and lucky for me the waves are pretty good, but I had stitches, so I had to keep the water out, so I had a couple of surgical gloves and had to bandage fingers together, and it was kind of a bit of a makeshift thing. But once I was up and riding the waves, it was alright, and the waves were so perfect. It was just pretty funny. I had like a little pink or yellow glove coming out of barrels all the time. But yeah, no, it was, I'm pretty stoked I went over there because it's probably got some of the best waves I've ever had.
You know you get on this world time. You just gotta try. I keep on looking for that something. I keep on looking for that someone. I keep on looking for the world in my mind that I never found. You know you get on this world child. You just gotta try. You know you get on this world child. You just gotta try. You know you get on this world child. You just gotta try. You know you get on this world child. You just gotta try. You know you get on this world. I keep on looking for that something. I keep on looking for that someone.
The concept out there was pretty wild. It was pretty cool because it was a place that was, 10 years ago wasn't really surfed too much, and then now we're having a WCT there. It was pretty wild, and the waves we got during the event were just amazing. The first 5 days were pretty much like the best it's been in, I guess, in 10 years, whatever, for how long they've been surfing it. So the first sessions I've had there were just amazing. There's some of the gnarliest, longest, funnest barrels I've ever had in my life, and I was just blown away by how perfect and how hollow, and just being front side, being a right and all that just made it that much more sweet.
I remember the way that Taj got was just incredible. It's just, he got like 3 or 4 crazy barrels, and the last barrel he just pulled into and just disappeared, and the thing just grew and grew and just got hollow and hollow, and he just come flying out the end. And it was one of those waves where you just can't write anyone off no matter how deep they are.
Actually, that morning, I was standing on the beach in my trunks still, no wetsuits, in my trunks, and I seen Taj just get this crazy barrel. I ended up like 3 or 4 barrels on the wave, and the last one was just really thick and nice, and just snuck out the doggy door. When I heard there was an event in Mexico, I was ready to go down there. It's close to home, warm water. That's always a bonus to me. I hate cold water, so going to Mexico, it's nice and warm. It's close, so there's a lot of good points to go in there.
you can't write anyone off no matter how deep they are. You know, guys were, I remember watching Danny Wills get a wave and he pulled in and I wrote him off and then he popped out.
Everybody was kind of on their game, you know, the waves were good. It was time to get rocking, and people were, and that was the cool thing. I actually sat and watched majority of the contests, and I never do that. And I did, and I was impressed the whole time.
how that wave and have it really good. Probably the best wave we've had on tour by far this year, and say it's a great place, man.
The one standing at the bar, living in your car, listening to the radio, hoping you'll be on someone's show. You were willing to do anything, take anything, be anything now. Now you're a superstar, but you don't need anybody telling you live it up, live it up. Well, sing it up, yeah. Give it up, oh, you don't need me to tell you. Got 3 homes in the Caribbean, 5 cars, 6 bikes, and a new Benz. You want more than you're taking, but I guess that comes with the stardom. Pardon me, looks like you're gonna have to borrow some money. All the drugs, all the booze, all the girls, all the parties, but you haven't sold enough CDs. You gotta live it up, live it up. Shake it up, yeah. Give it up, you don't need me to tell you to live it up, live it up. Shake it up, yeah. Give it up, oh yeah. You don't need me to tell you. Go and get yourself arrested.
I mean, most mornings there was a bunch of us guys that tried to get down there nice and early to just to get those clean ones, even, you know, 3 or 4 waves before the crowd had hit. I think there was like Phil Macker, Wilsey and Dino and myself, so yeah, we kind of got down there most mornings and try to tuck into a couple of nice little waves. It's just an amazing wave, and I don't think anywhere that I've ever surfed that compares to it, really. I mean, I've surfed some good Burley and Kira, but I think this takes the cake.
Ay, 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 pero más a mí me gusta. Ay, 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 cuando las tengo abrazadas, cuando me gustan las olas. Ay, 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 las olas de la laguna. Ay, 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 unas vienen y otras van, las olas de la laguna. Ay, 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 unas lámparas ayudan. Ay, 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 otras para Zapotlán, las olas de la laguna.
Well, basically, this one morning before the contest, I was out free surfing, and I was pounding this wave. It was kind of like a medium wave, not a big one, but a nice medium-sized wave, and I just pulled in the barrel. I've been wanting to get a long barrel the whole time. I mean, a lot of times I end up just not making it because I stay in the barrel too long. But this wave just hit the sandbar perfect and stayed hollow the whole way through, and went a good speed. So I was lucky enough to just be able to sit there and butt drag the whole wave, come off the butt drag, get back on it, and I had the foam ball catch me a few times, give me a little sideways. But other than that, the wave just hit the sandbar perfect. I kind of just didn't really have to do much and just kind of went along for the ride, and I just stoked to catch that wave. That was a really good one, so it was fun.
Too big for your boots. Harvest the crop while forgetting your roots. You're too big for your boots. You're too big for your boots. Making your whole life on the men in the suit. So when the dust is settled, we'll see if you're still around. See if you're wanted here in this town. Paid the high price of making you my friend. Was it all for show or was it all pretend? Take a look around at the bridges you've been burning. Wake up and face responsibility. It's time that you checked into reality. Time will tell if you end up in hell. A pat on the back for you doing so well. I won't be around to soften your fall. You ain't going nowhere cause your boots are too small. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. You don't know it now cause you're walking so tall. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. The bigger you are, the further you fall. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. Harvest the crop while forgetting your roots. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. Making your whole life on the men in the suit.
White hat for the very first time, so kick back and relax, let yourself unwind. From the north to the south, from the east to the west, for Lati ragamuffin every part in the town. Don't matter if you're up and it's don't matter if you're down. Ska music by the focus is the best around. So take a little listen to the words that I say. Have yourself a ragamuffin holiday.
About the road that you choose. Think you've had it rough, try walking in my shoes. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. You don't know it now cause you're walking so tall. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. The bigger you are, the further you fall. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. The shoes don't fit, but the shit sure does. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. I'm asking you, where is our love? You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots. You're too big for your boots, you're too big for your boots.
interesting because that wave, as big swells just keep coming through, that wave will just get shallower and shallower until the swell goes away. Then the sandbar will just get screwed. But while those swells are big, that wave the swells just groom it out and groom that sand and make it perfect. And we got back there for the event, and it was just unreal. Just the perfectest sandbar, a really good sized swell for the spot, and the guys are just ripping everywhere.
She don't lie, she never lied to me, no, no. She
threw everything at you. It threw a really nice barrel at you, some really good places to do, you know, just insane snaps and some critical maneuvers in critical parts of the wave. And
I believe you have a mission for me.
Takes a hold, you'll be scared, your blood run cold. Then you feel his putrid breath closing in to bore your flesh down. He's gonna take you 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 down. Down. Porkman, he's gonna take you down. When the Porkman's in the street, he's quite well-mannered when he speaks. Good morning. But if the Porkman challenges, his grunting snout ravages. When he's in the ring, he'll do most anything. He'll throw you all around. He's gonna take you down, down. Porkman, he's gonna take you down, down. He's gonna take you down. He's gonna take you down. He's gonna take you down. He's gonna
On the top of his game, and Kelly, you know, and Taylor Knox really was on fire the whole contest. That was pretty impressive, even though I know he's, you know, one of the best servers in the world and probably one of my favorites.
So, I don't know, Andy blew up the final with a big air. You know, there was highlights all throughout that event. Guys were ripping. Taylor Knox informed the whole event. Like, his turns and the power he's put into his turns were just unreal. So it was fun to watch him. I thought he was one of the best servers of the event.
Winning the contest was epic. Before that, I've only had a couple thirds and fifths and stuff. So to win in Mexico, and I think I got up in second in the range, felt really good, and get back in the hunt. And just to win in such a cool place, you know, the waves are so good. Everyone's talking about it long after the contest. And everyone's still talking about it to this day, and it's just it was a really good win for me. It was real memorable, and yeah, I'm really stoked that I won that one.
Good on you, mate. Go drop that trophy. Here you go, Andy.
Ooh.